Well, Michael Mistric is our featured artist for this month. He is one of our newer gallery artists, and this is his first solo show here at Archway Gallery. He says that his designs begin with doodles, and so I'm just fascinated with where that takes him and the work that he comes up with. So I'll give you now our doodling extraordinaire.
Thank you very much. As Bill Clinton said in his speech the other day, it started in 1991. I've been sort of doodling sort of all my life, but in 1991, I was in the Texas Army National Guard in a medical unit. So let me just say I'm a nurse practitioner by trade. I teach at Texas Women's University. I was in the Army National Guard for 33 years and retired in 2005. I worked at the VA Medical Center running an inpatient geriatric unit that specializes in stroke and Alzheimer's disease and long-term care, and I retired from there in 2012. And then I went from there to Texas Women's University to teach full-time, and I teach in the undergraduate and graduate program there, predominantly the nurse practitioner students. But back in 1990, when Desert Storm happened, my unit was activated, and we went to Saudi Arabia to set up a hospital for casualties. Unfortunately, since that conflict was short-lived, we had no casualties, but we came back. And then I went back to work, and I was working for Harris County Hospital District at the time, and I went to a conference and listening to sort of a boring lecture, and I was doodling on this sheet of paper, and the lady sitting next to me said, "Oh, I like that, can I have it?" And so then it just started evolving from there, and I've just been doodling ever since. Then in the year 2000, I started putting color into my work and so forth. So the way I do it is I have no preconceived idea what it's going to look like. I will just smear colors or paint some colors on the canvas or on a piece of found object or whatever. And then I take it's a Sharpie product that has oil paint in it, and then I hand draw the black over the top of the color. And everything is random as far as the colors and the design number. So what it looks like at the end has nothing to do with what I thought it was going to look like at the beginning. And then, so the other thing that I have here is people may want to know what the names are. And I've always did not want to say this looks like an owl or this looks like a dog, because I want the viewer to decide themselves what it looks like. And so I had a hard time trying to figure out how to do the names, and I could say painting number 1, painting number 2, that was not 2. So my friend Tobin Sparling, who's a professor at South Texas School of Law, which is now named Houston College of Law, is that right? And he found a website called wordgenerator.net. So we went to wordgenerator.net, and there's a link there called Fake Word Generator, and you just click on that. And as we did it, we just randomly, because my associate dean is here tonight, and I want to tell her that I incorporate statistics into the process. So we randomly selected the names. And that's whatever name popped up and whatever was in the line we were naming, and that's the name. So that's why you see Sassaru or Willie and so forth, because of this name. So whatever definition you give that word is what you see in the particular piece of art. And so that's it. Does anybody have any questions?
You answered a lot of them.
Well, Michael, it started in other words, the color you put down first.
Yes, sir.
Is just what occurs to you in a random sort of way.
Right.
But then the precision that you put on top, it has such depth. I'm impressed. And I think the randomness of the number generation is kind of consistent with that.
Right.
It's a very interesting way to approach it.
So that's what it is. So like I said before, there's no preconceived idea what it's going to look like. And sometimes I'm very surprised at what it looks like when I'm finished with it myself.
You're a belly button designer. You just go with your belly button.
Right.
So you don't know.
You can see it right here.
It's an innie, I can't see it very well.
There you go.
But, so you have no idea if your medical interests influence.
Well, I suspect that my work in the medical field and looking through microscopes and looking at all the people I've cared for over the 30 years that I've been a nurse and a nurse practitioner probably has some influence in it. So there is a little bit of organic medical nature in it, probably subconsciously.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How do you draw the circles? I mean, they're too perfect to be drawn by
Well,
hand.
I did use a plate, and I just had a plate there, and I just did it around it because I really wanted to get the plate. But for the most part, I'd say 95% of it is all hand drawn on there. But everything in the middle is all it's hand drawn. But I just wanted to get a circle on that particular one.
So like even the squares, you're not marking off squares?
No, I hand draw the squares, all the squares. Yeah.
You have a very steady hand, you must not drink very much.
I'll drink it. Anyway, any other questions? Well, I really want to thank everyone for coming. The iron parts of the stands and things, I've been working with an iron man here in Iron Accents. It's not too far from here, and he was able to operationalize my concept of putting these paintings on stands so that we would have some option of what I call movable art. So instead of just hanging something on the wall, you could put it on a shelf, and if you want to move it from here to here, you could move it, and you're not having to worry about that. So it's just another methodology.
What about your bowls? Do you have a stand for them?
Yes, the plates that are there, the ones that are hanging on the wall, you will, if anybody purchases one, they will get a stand with it as well.
Question on the way back.
In the way that, yeah.
This isn't exactly a question, and I want to applaud you because I used to be a teacher a couple hundred years ago, but it was fun. And now, have you seen, they have these really stupid things called coloring books for adults. And I want you to do everything you can to get rid of those and put what you do out there, because it's really stupid.
Well, see, some people need some inspiration. Right, well, that's good. Thank you for your comment.
Anything else?
No?